Hey guys, so I'm back with a new video. Keep in mind, I'm gonna be recording these like back to back because like I can only do it when I'm alone or like free time. And I have spring break next week, so I will definitely be recording and pre-uploading. So yay, I'm happy about that. I want to talk about briefly what it means like being trans young, especially like if you're not of a legal age of 18 in most states, and in some cases like some countries even that you have to be 18 to do anything legally or like medical or like physical surgical wise. And for me that really just reflects hard on about my future and it's what I do day to day or how I interact with people or like how people perceive or interpret my gender. Because 2 years ago, actually 4 years ago, because I'm 17 now, 4 years ago I had just came out to mom. I had barely came out to my dad. I was barely out to anyone that I knew in my school because I was so scared to come out as trans because there was no one else like that. There was no one else advocating. There was no one else being brave and open and trans and transitioning. There was no one like that. There were gay girls and there were gay guys and there were bisexual girls and that was it in my school. And being the only trans person, especially a trans and masculine identified person, it took a toll because I was the face of it. I was what people were looking at and looking for like what it meant to be trans or what trans people should look like, and that was complete bullshit because I went back and there were other trans people that were slowly coming out or slowly questioning their identity, and they'd be like, hey, you're so brave that you came out so young, but it's like coming out so young also came with a lot of baggage and emotional damage that I still carry today because I can't handle hearing pronoun she or her or any of that without cringing or cringing to myself personally, especially if it's a setting where I know people might know of my identity or might know of like my status or whatever. It's like I don't like when people try to dictate what my gender is or try to tell me how my gender should be because I'm a person of color and I'm also a trans identified person of color. So it's like if you're black, you have to be this masculine, macho stereotype, but it's not true. And on the fact that Prince died today, he really showed people that you don't have to conform to any gender stereotypes. You don't have to conform to any gender norm because who you are is your gender. If you like more feminine things, that's great. If you like more masculine things, that's fine. If you don't like neither or both or everything between, that is okay. And what people don't take from is that isn't just one trans person, and I'm really glad there are YouTubers that share their stories, and even though it's similar, it's not always the same. Not every trans person wants hormone, not every trans person can afford it. Not every trans person wants stop surgery or bottom surgery or any kind of surgical procedure, and that's okay. And I had to learn this on my own. I had to learn this over my time, and I have just now come to terms with the fact that I've been on testosterone for a month, and I've seen very little changes, but I've seen a lot of emotional growth and a lot of mental like state because I've been in my head a lot. And the fact of the matter is, I feel more content now than I would have felt 4 years ago if I never came out. I would have felt miserable still. I, God forbid, would have been dead probably because I was so discomfortable and so detached from my body because I didn't know how to love my body. I didn't know how to love myself without feeling like I would be in this like little box without like constantly. And even though I am completely sure of my gender identity, like for sure I'm 100% male, despite what's between my legs, despite what's on my chest, despite what's on my records, sexuality is something I'm still tiptoeing and kind of trying to grasp in a way because I know I like male identified people. I know I like guys, so I would class myself as gay or even queer. But sexually is still confusing for me because I don't know anything about it, and no one talks about it, and people that do is kind of like low key, or it's like with someone who may be straight, or someone who may only date cis guy. Then it's like, what about those who are in between, or not sure if they want to date cis or trans guy, or just anyone in general? Because I can find a female attractive, but I can't see myself being your boyfriend in a romantic or sexual setting. I can find a guy attractive, whether they be trans-identified or cis, and it's like, yeah, I would want to try things and embrace it, but it bothers me, makes me feel discomfort because I don't want them to see my body the way I see it, which is a feminine body and a female body, and I can't bring myself to do that. On that note, after I came out, age 12, and I was slowly still grasping gender identity and gender stereotypes, even in middle school, that by high school, once I got my hair cut, that I didn't have to conform to anything that I didn't feel comfortable with. I came to high school at this overly feminine, hyper gay guy, like, oh yeah, I'm so great, I'm pansexual and I love it, like, yay, sparkles and rainbows. And then as I got into my setting more, I got more comfortable, it was like, hey, I'm trans, so what? People either liked it or didn't. I didn't give a fuck. Yeah, I got called terms. I got weird looks. I didn't care because at the end of the day, I was by myself. And high school was a way for me to start over, and I felt so comfortable and so happy and satisfied with myself that I didn't care. I really didn't give a fuck. And even now, people are still big an issue of it when it's not their business. It's not their body. It's not their life. So they're not gonna tell me how to do me because at the end of the day, who's gonna live their life? Who's gonna live life for me, basically? Not them. So fuck it. And in the end, when I realized now that I've been on T and I got off T and I got on T again, it's like, wow, like this is really happening. I'm really doing this every day of my life now. I'm really starting this. It's like, there's no way that I would ever could imagine myself being 17 with long hair to my shoulders and still going with my birth name and female pronouns. I just couldn't picture it. I couldn't see it because if I didn't transition for myself, I wouldn't be able to live for myself, honestly, because I'd be living a lie. And that would have been fair to me. And even though it wasn't a big gap, when I really think back to it, it really was, because that small gap turned into a bigger, like, I guess, blossomed in a way. And I'm just really, really happy that I was able to come out and be supported and be accepted and all that. And I want to support you guys best way I can. So comment down below, like, your story, your transgender or just queer or just anything in general. Just comment down your story and how it has helped you as a person embracing your identity. And I'll reply. I want to talk to you guys. I want to know your backgrounds. I want to know about you, what makes you passionate, and just, yeah, that. And I guess the only thing that I have left now, currently, to do is to change my name legally and my gender marker, of course. But I have to be 18 when I'm 17 now. That's like 8 months away. It feels like a lifetime. It feels like a whole couple of years, but it's only 8 months. So I'm counting down. It's also the fact that once I change my documents, I have to change the rest of my documents. Social Security, birth certificate, all that jazz. And then I'll have to go to my college admission board and change that as well. However, my friend suggested I do it after I go to college and then change it during college, but it's going to be like another whole process, so I'll let you guys know how that goes. So yeah. So again, I just wanted to share that briefly, and I can happily say that I'm a trans masculine or a transgender male identified person, whose pronouns are he and they, and I happen to just really enjoy male identified people. So yeah, that's basically it. Let me know again in the comments below what's your guys' indie story and how it has shaped you. And don't forget to like and subscribe and share this. And I love you guys. So yeah, until next time.